Hello everyone. So now we have Coforge that has come up in our long-term position scanner. How long-term? Not that much actually. This is just a few months holding, but this is a long position, right? That means we're going to be looking at a buying opportunity on this stock. Let's go to the monthly time frame. Our execution will be done on the daily time frame. That means we're going to be analyzing weekly and monthly, and holding the stock for a couple of months, right? Up to 2 months would be a good holding duration, or until we hit our targets. So Coforge has been in a positive uptrend for quite some time now. In fact, really long time. In fact, even ever since 2017, very clearly, just on the blank chart, you'll be able to see that it has been rising. On the monthly time frame, however, here, although it is, the moving averages are quite away from each other, and the prices above the ATMA, there we're able to see certain rejections here, right? These rejections since this is the third month that we've seen rejections from the top. That means there is some kind of a resistance from holding it back from breaking its all-time highs, right? It has after this it had to try to achieve this all-time high, try to break all this all-time high as well. So 6,000 level I think is a psychological good level to break, and let's see if we are able to achieve those from our at this entry, when if we're able to take one. So monthly time frame, we're bullish. Weekly time frame, we're going to analyze the same thing. Are we bullish? Yes, we're bullish. We've been bullish for quite some time, so I don't think so. The first bullish crossover happened here in July 2020. Before this, we had a small phase two bearish move. After this crossover, we saw a pullback here. In fact, I think we would have seen a ring low here and a resulting move from here. After this 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, now we've got a good pullback coming up in the last few weeks, right? So something happening here, trying the prices are trying to move lower, but then again there are certain pullback failures happening, right? So if you see, this is a pullback on a good ring low happening on the months of 80, the weeks of 18th October, 25th October. 2 weeks later, the price broke above this ring low, the high of this ring low. So we're looking at the 8th of November. From the 8th of November, prices went up. There was a rejection on this 15th November, the week of 15th November, and then the prices have continued to fall. So again, there is another ring low. There's no pullback failure happening on the weekly time frame yet, but we're not looking for a pullback failure or an entry just yet, right, on the weekly time frame. But this, just for analysis sake, I think there are certain levels here which we might need to break with full force. So let's see if on the daily time frame we're able to see something like that. On the daily time frame, after this very prominent bullish crossover, in fact that bullish crossover happened a long time ago, but then again here, if you see, on this after this small bearish phase 2, in fact this was a consolidatory bearish stage, and from here you see the price broke out of this consolidation, and then after this has gradually continued to move up. In fact, from this I think we would have entered somewhere here, let's say, maybe somewhere here. This is a 49% in May, June, July, 3 months. We would have still continued to stay in this trade up until this bearish crossover. So let's say, yeah, again 50-55% return on this investment, but we've missed that, however. So what are we going to do? We're going to try to find a new opportunity to enter, right? The new opportunity for us that we've got so far to enter, of course, I don't know yet. It's not looking great yet, but let's see what happens, right? So a bullish crossover, but before that, let's do our overall trend analysis. Are we bullish? Yes, we're bullish above the green band on the daily time frame. Now let's see where might have been a good support, or if this moving average is providing a good support. This is the 50 period moving average on the daily time frame. This is the red line, And yes, the 50 EMA is providing good support here. In fact, this entire consolidation happened just above it. You can see that even from this point the price has been rejected. The move below this, yes, of course, has caused this bearish phase 2, but now there is a resumption of the trend. The trend is going to resume. That's what it looks like. So again, here I think the 50 EMA has the price hasn't managed to sustain below the 50 EMA, and now it has come back up. So let's see what happens here, right? The bullish crossover. Let me remove the supports, this particular support in this case. Yeah, so the bullish crossover here, we've, after a bearish phase 2, right, after a bearish phase 2, a bullish crossover, we've allowed the prices to go up. Until this time, has there been any ring low? No. Small pullback, but this is not, this is just an indecisive candle, but a pullback, definitely, but not a pure pullback, right, in our definition. So we're looking for a ring low. The ring low has come up here. The whole thing is about patience, right? We're not going to enter and try to catch this move. We're going to catch the resumption of the trend, which is going to be far greater than this move, right? So we want to basically capture that. So, but in certain cases, what happens is this pullback can continue and continue, and the bearish trend can start, and we're just going to be stopped out. So we don't want to do that, and that is why we're waiting for a signal that there is a resumption of the trend. So a bullish crossover, allow the prices to go up, ring low being formed. The first, the result, the next candle should have actually broken out of this ring low, but then we have another ring low being formed. These two candles can be a ring low, lower high, lower low, as compared to the previous candle. Now this is a good ring low. Let's just place this here, the high of this ring low. Did it manage to close above? I highly doubt it. Let's see. The high of this is 5504.65. The high of this is 5535. Did I read this wrong? The high is, sorry, 5504.65 is the high. The close of this candle is 5398, so not closed above this high. The pullback has not failed. We're still waiting for a pullback failure. In fact, we got these two candles forming the new ring low after this, this being the lower high. But then again, the next day we got another lower high, this formation becoming the ring low, and this being the pure pullback. And then after that, the price going back in the direction of the ongoing trend, closing above the high, not only closing above the high, but also closing above the 8 EMA. This is a good entry point. Also, the other idea is that we want to enjoy a greater divergence after a good convergence on the moving averages, but these moving averages need to show a better divergence, right? But this is a good entry point for now. However, like when in doubt, we've always tried to look up and above, but right now I'm just trying to see what might happen on the 4-hour time frame, a time frame lower than this. We usually don't do this, but let's try to do this analysis here. On the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing that the prices are closing lower. The moving averages have tried to meet and then coming back down. So I'm a little hesitant about entering Coforge right now, because the 4-hour time frame does not support it, because the trend starts from the lower time frames, right? So if tomorrow after 1:15 p.m. if we still see that this 4-hour time frame has given us a crossover, we might be able to take this, or let's wait for a day or two. Our ideal entry can be either here, if you're if you really want to if you really like to take the risk and enter here and take this trade. Definitely, I think this could be a good idea, but we can also look for something closing above these highs, right? These points that where the price was rejected. Okay, fine. So any of these points are good. In fact, this just almost barely a 100 rupee move. That's fine on a 5,000 rupee stock. I think that should not be a problem. But let's see where we would have placed our stop loss and target. Stop loss long 1.75. I'm going to still look for the support and see if our stop loss is much lower than this. Yes, quite low. In fact, lower than the lowest low of this entire pullback. Not quite there at this point. In fact, even this even this line is not going to be distant from this line. So I think no problem. I think, in fact, we will for now, in fact, whatever we're doing now, we're doing this with a 1.75 configuration on the SL multiplier. So let's keep it here and see what happens, right? Our position sizing will be done on this first risk management setup, that is the stop loss being here. Later on, I I think again, 1.75 is all right, but if you wanted to take a level lower than this, I think this would be the perfect level, but this is too much. So our stop loss will be fine here. I think no worries. Let's keep it here. If our stop loss is here, that's almost 500 points. I think that's very comfortable for the stock to move down and go back up, right? Again, the same thing, 500 points above. 1:1 should be somewhere here. Yes, 1:1 is here. Now the deal is, the price can touch either this point and reverse, or it can touch this point and reverse, or it can just break and just keep moving, right? We've got to be prepared for both. So first scenario, if the price comes here, we're going to somehow try to figure out what we can do, looking at the chart patterns and other things, and the bullishness of the strength of this trend. And then we'll see whether or not to scale down and take out some profits and continue in the trade, or we're going to let it touch 1:1. If it does hit 1:1, I think we will only exit partially this trade and let it run for a while longer. We can look for a 1:2, 1:3, but right now 1:1 will give us these levels: 5986, 5984, 5986 for the target, and the stop loss will be somewhere around 4881. Good enough. We're going to take this trade and see what happens, right? So Coforge, this is good. However, I would encourage you to wait and look at a 4-hour time frame and a crossover on the 4-hour, a bullish crossover on the 4-hour time frame for us to be able to take this trade. A confirmed bullish crossover, that means the candle should close and the crossover should have been completed on the 4-hour time frame. Right, so let's see if this works, but that's about it. Coforge, this is the analysis on a daily time frame execution. That means we're going to be holding this for a couple of months. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll come back with another video.